Okay, so now comes the good stuff. I have all my supplies here. First, what you want to do is put it to heat, and then you could go either take a shower or if you just need to exfoliate. And I'm going to show you how I normally exfoliate. So in the shower, I'm not going to go in there because it's going to be kind of hard and it's going to be echoey. So I put these gloves on, and I'll show you on my arms, but it's basically the same thing of what I do on my legs. I apply the soap onto here, or body wash, whatever it is, and basically all I do is rub my arms in circular motions like this, and it just kind of removes all the dead cells that we have in our skin. I don't want to show you because I have my hairs underneath, even though I am, but... And I like to do it all kinds of directions. You know, you don't have to be really rough because these exfoliating gloves are pretty, like, raspy. I don't know if you could hear, but they do the job pretty well. Specifically when I'm gonna wax, I like to do it on my arms, just my whole body. So by the time you get out, your wax, if it isn't already, it's close to being really heated or on the point. I already know the temperature that I use for my wax, but if you're trying it out for the first time or you're still not used to it, you always want to test a strip on your wrist so you could kind of feel the temperature of the wax. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So we're just gonna apply it on there. Pretty good. And then I just normally just take it right off, and it shouldn't hurt because you don't have hairs right there, or actually I do. Crap. Okay, another thing that I always do is, even though I'm only waxing on myself, I still bring like 2 extra sticks just in case the wax gets on the edges of the stick. I don't like it to be like a sticky stick, you know. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to cut out all my strips, different lengths, and this is not the muslin roll. This is the, I have to find out the name. Okay, so I normally like to do 2 different sizes. They do vary, as you can see. So this one I always do on my armpits and in just some sections that I feel like I need to get kind of in there. But these sizes always work because you could just do as much as you want or do as little as you want. I will go ahead and show you a picture of what my setup looks like right now. I'm doing it up here only for the purpose of filming the video, but I normally have the newspaper and all my setup on the carpet of my room. We're gonna apply the baby powder or powder, whatever, onto your arm. You can see I have quite a few hair. I let it grow just for you guys. No, I just let it grow because I didn't have time. Then we're gonna go ahead and stir the wax. I always like to do a little bit higher and lower because sometimes we have those hairs that are kind of just hanging around there. I'm sure you guys have heard that you always want to go the opposite way of the hair growth. So in my case, thank goodness, the root is down here and it kind of points up. So when I apply the wax, I apply it upwards and then I pull downwards. And I don't pull out, but I pull straight down. When you pull out, I feel like it's gonna hurt more because you're pulling away from the skin. You want to pull straight down. That way you focus on the hair itself and not really like your skin as well. You don't want to tug on your skin too. Man, I've never done this on camera, so we'll see how it goes. I accidentally didn't record myself the other time that I waxed, so it's been about another month. So that's where we're at right now. Just like that. After it adheres, we're gonna pull it. For the arms, I'm using the muslin roll, and for the rest of my body, I'm just gonna go ahead and I use the other roll. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. If you keep up with it every 3 to 4 weeks, it shouldn't be that painful because you still remember how it feels, and the root is not fully grown, so it shouldn't be that hard. Waxing hurts, but it's very bearable, especially if you keep up with it. Okay, here we go. Stop. Can you see? Ew. Gross. That's like a month's worth of growth. But here's what it is. And when you apply wax, whether it's on your arms or your legs, you never want to apply the wax like straight up. only because you're going to gather a lot of wax and you don't want to kind of smear the wax because it's going to be like a thick layer of wax. And aside from being a little bit more painful when you wax it off, you're also going to be using unnecessary wax that could be used later on. So you always want to do kind of like a 45-degree angle, sort of like this. I don't know if you could see. So where you have all the wax and you're just kind of like dragging it up or down if it's your legs, but you kind of just drag it up. Now that I did my armpits and they're nice and red, and you shouldn't have any hairs. However, if you do have leftover hairs, either they were growing the opposite direction or they probably were like ingrown or something. So all you want to do, if you see them there just hanging, just grab some tweezers and just yank it out. Or you can also just pull it if it's long enough. The root is pretty weak, so you could just go ahead and just like yank it out. So normally after I wax my armpits, I will go ahead and apply some, because look, you see that? We get it everywhere where we got wax. Now let's go ahead and do the arms. So I'll do this one first. I don't know if you could see. The hairs are on there, I promise, and they're pretty long. So after we apply the powder, you just want to go in and drag it like a 45-degree angle like we said. There's not really a precise point. I just go in and I'll drag it in kind of downwards, and I'll do the same like this. And you want to apply the thinnest layer you could possibly do so that the strip can adhere better. So I like to apply directly on it like that. The wax starts right here and it goes all the way to pretty much there. So that's a section, and then I'll work another section and then another section. And I use the long one for this. So we're just gonna apply it onto our arms, and it's gonna wrap around. You might have a little bit of wax on the sides, not on this side, but you see how I have a little bit here? We'll take care of that in a second. And when you're ready, you're just gonna yank it off, which I never am, obviously. Ready? And then you just go in and remove whatever extra you have there. And then remember that piece we had? I'm just gonna go ahead and do that one too while I'm at it. Can you guys see? That's all waxed, and then right here is where it starts. You can see all the hairs right here growing down, and then there they are. So I just repeat the same steps. And then we're gonna do the upper layer. Even though this one says it's okay to apply wax on top of previously waxed, which I try to stay away from because you never know, what if it grabs onto the skin? So I just don't take the chance. And for my arm, my hair growth grows down, so I apply the wax down. You normally don't want to have a super long strip, but what else? You want to have more wiggle room than this. And I'm going to do this one in sections because it's kind of a lot, and I'm going to smack myself. So I'll just pull halfway, and then I apply pressure and pull the rest. I don't have a lot of hair in the arm, but I could still see the fuzz. We'll do this lower portion of the arm. My skin just looks red because I'm a very sensitive, delicate bug. So this is the section that you want to go for, not too big. We love waxing, said nobody. Arm is almost done. The only thing I'm missing is this part. And then this area, because my hair kind of grows this way, I apply my wax down this way and then I yank it opposite. Use a new strip for every time you wax, especially if we're just starting. When I first started, that's what I would do. If your arm is not red, that means that you didn't wax good, not properly. Just kidding. For many people, it will be red. It looks like someone kind of beat me up, huh? Look. I never really get hair on the bottom part. Do you guys? And if we were going out, we would definitely apply the soothing calming gel, the aloe vera one that I showed you guys, but I'm just gonna be here so it doesn't matter. I'm sure like when and if you do it, you'll feel that they feel really soft. Okay, so now for the legs, I'm probably gonna have to come back here again. I normally do like 1, 2, 3 sections, and then I do the back part, and then the top part I just kind of randomly go. Sure, you can see. You see? Shiny, not shiny. All that little stuff you see there is all the hair. It takes it off from the root, which is really nice because I feel like it starts to weaken it, and then after a while you start to have less hair growth coming out. And most of it is going to be practice rather than like a tutorial, you know, because you could go online and see how people do things and you try to do it on yourself, but it works best when you practice and practice. So the back area, turn your leg back and you just start applying it like that. And then when you do the other side, you kind of work it in like that. But 75 bucks for the legs, it's pricey. That's how we're gonna do it. And then you just swipe it downwards. I'm gonna do kind of a long one. Downwards. And remember, we're gonna pull the opposite way. So now that we got the legs done, I'm probably gonna get little bumps. I don't know if you could tell already, but they start to come when I wax it soon after. I always start like lower and then I start to work my way up. I'll do a section here and then I'll do a section here and then I'll go back here, do another one, and then do the last one up here. And then I have other areas here, so then I start working on this side. And my hair growth on this side of my leg for some reason grows that way, so I apply the wax that way and then I remove it. And I don't worry about the inner thighs too much. Normally that I get it waxed when I get my Brazilian. And what I like to do with the top part of my leg, because I have so much like skin, you know, I hold it taut when I pull it back. The knee area, it's really easy. I normally keep my foot 45-degree angle, and then you just start to smear it downwards like that. I go in with the strip and I remove a little piece at a time, and like that. Can you guys see the difference? This one's red and waxed. This one's just not waxed. Okay, on this leg, I'm going to show you guys how I normally do it when I apply wax all over and then I go in with the strips. Okay, so normally I like to wax every 3 to 4 weeks, or at least that's what you should be doing. If you wax about every 3 to 4 weeks, this tint should last you about 4 to 5-ish months. Just depends how much you use. It should last you a while. On the armpits, when I wax, it normally takes me about 5 to 7 minutes. My arms do take like 10 to 15 minutes for both of them if I'm like concentrated and everything. My legs, they take me about 15 minutes each leg. So it's approximately like an hour for everything if I do it all at once. So that's kind of what I like to do. Kind of keep it on schedule so that I don't have like hair growth here and none over here. I like to do everything kind of like all at once. So sometimes I wait a little bit longer than I actually should. Okay, so this is what you should be kind of looking like. Because I already exfoliated my legs, I would normally go in with a wet rag and just kind of like remove all the excess oil. I normally do it with cold water to kind of like close the pores. And you just kind of scrub all over your legs and it should feel really good. And if you didn't shower beforehand, then you probably want to go ahead and do that so that you remove everything that's left over. But yeah, so after you clean it up a little bit, I would go ahead and apply a little bit of the grapeseed oil that I mentioned, just to hydrate the skin a little bit. That's if you don't have anything to do afterwards. And just apply it on all the areas that you waxed. So there we go, we're all glowy now. So the grapeseed oil, you want to leave it for like 10 or 15 minutes so that your skin soaks the oil in, and then you just remove it.
This is so hard to do because it's just hard. The camera doesn't point in the directions I want it to point, but I tried my best, so.
There might be some areas that you missed when you were waxing, so you could just go ahead and shave those off. That's what I like to do normally. I just go in the shower and shave them off because you really can't get every single hair, you know? Alright, so that was the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Girl! You try to just get, ooh, my leg. Why am I out of breath? For my look it. It's best to let them grow. Just kidding. Not a lot. I don't want to show you guys nothing you don't want to see. I'm recording, friends.
Oh, hi friends. Hey, wait, what time does...
What?
That's how you got ready?
No, I got ready for the day. Sort of. So that was the back part. Hey, bájale! You're interrupting my video. Can't you see? These people are gonna be upset at you. I'm a left-handed, so that's why I'm doing it with my left hand. My right hand is basically useless too. So I'm gonna go ahead, hijo de su madre.
Hey, no profanity.
Shh.
Thomas.
You don't need Thomas for everything. Go get it.
What?
She said, you don't need Thomas for everything. Go get it.
Oh, hold on, don't make me laugh. I mean, I have to say that straight. What's on there? Yes, yes, yes. Because I hit myself?
You're talking to yourself like if you're actually...
No, not that. What was I saying before? Oh. Thanks, Felicia! Shut up! I didn't talk about the oil. That's hairy. I didn't talk too much.